Hello, Geminis, and welcome to your February 2025 reading. So, I meditated on your energy and what Spirit wanted to talk to you about. The first card that comes out is the Two of Swords in reverse. And that's when we're not completely conscious of a paradox we're in. The duality in our truth is there, but we haven't really seized them, or we're not in a position, because we are not completely conscious of it, of making that decision. We have to make a decision. What is my truth? And it's about the card that was under Eight of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles. It's about our self-worth and how we're investing ourselves into this world. What am I growing? What's my facility to implant and grow who I am and all of this? What's my truth about being enough, being supported, being engaged in and engaged to? Ruled by, this one's ruled by Venus, so of course my capacity to absorb Venus in her unconditional worth and value. All these subjects here at the beginning of the month, you're kind of going to be, this is going to be brought up. Okay, let's call it like this. At the end of the month, of course, we had that full moon in Aquarius. And that was a very important full moon about new moon, about what we bring, what's our place into this world, what's our our purpose, what's anything that has to do with our own expansion and what we're actually bringing to the table as the uniqueness that we are. So of course, when we have these new moons, these are the openings or the channels that are open for us to think about, receive, embody, ask, interact with. And so this could have brought up this questioning or this opening that in 6 months you're going to get the full view of. But from here to in 6 months, there's that whole evolution about that. So the second card that I have, it came on the side, so I'm leaving it on the side. That tells me for some of you it's upright, it's reversed. It all depends, because we're all different and on different perspective, realities, and so on. First of all, the Judgment, whether it's upright or in reverse. If we are in our duality and there are things about our self-worth and value that we haven't confronted or even acknowledged within ourselves, it could be coming up out of the woodworks, maybe drowning us a bit. We need to hear the trumpet. We need to hear the trumpet and judge whatever comes up from the waters. Moon. So there's revelations here. With Judgment and Moon, it's two cards that show something coming up from the waters of deep Neptune. A bottom feeder like a lobster, or Cancer, talking about ancestry, bloodline, emotional securities and things like that. And in the Judgment, we have these characters, which are the aspects of our ego, inner child, inner feminine, inner masculine, that could be, parts that are in the subconscious, acting from behind, that are ready to be addressed. And it's all about, there we have the Chariot, our movement forward, our success, our career. Am I aligned with here, the 8-pointed star, like on the star card? Am I aligned, Aquarius, with my aspiration? Am I aligned with what my soul is actually aiming towards? Or am I stumbling in the shadows of what was hidden? Because then that would make those two sphinx go in different directions, not in the same frame of belief. So I wouldn't have balanced. So I would probably juggle or whatever. So here, in the mid-month, which will be the full moon in Leo, where, my solar plexus here, what do I want to move forward? The existential questions about who am I? What do I want to express? What's my purpose? Might be very present. Let's call it like that. And even if you know what it is, you gotta believe that you have what it takes to plant it, grow it, make it real here. So under those 3 cards, I had 2 other 3 cards. And here's the juggling part. When these are not completely aligned, when we're still in a paradox between 2 beliefs, we're gonna juggle. So there's gonna be the part that's like, yes, this is it, and the other part that's freaking out, I don't have what it takes to make it, or whatever it is. But this is when we are juggling between, our inner world, our outside reality, inner reality, past, future, feminine, masculine, left brain, right brain. It's not balanced like it should be like this. Our emotions are out of whack. Why? Because they've got stuff in it that needs to come out. And it creates a disbalance that we're trying to overcome here. The guy has that, of course, of the jongleur, the hat of the clown, the one that juggles, the juggler. But it's oversized. You see that it's too much, so his mind also is bubbling, trapped in this oversized hat. But we have the Hermit with it, and the Queen of Cups. So that tells me that juggling with that Queen of Cups willing to go feel what is in there with intelligence, Hermit willing to follow the inner light where things are balanced, follow his wisdom to go and balance things. So this month, Gemini, it's going to be that kind of following your intuition and your wisdom, that kind of discernment, Virgo discernment of the Hermit. And okay, I know this is what I want to go to. I know this is what I believe about myself, but I'm going to slowly but surely listen to my intuition and move towards the harmony or the capacity to actually do it. And here we have the star again, which is, of course, Aquarius again. And you see how she's not keeping any of the waters. She's not keeping any of the waters that maybe would have been related with reversed Venus here, Empress, with your own trust in your worthability, lovability, your own insights, your own aspirations, your own creations, and all of that. So that you can walk proudly with your cup in your hand and say, this is what I love, this is who I love, this is what I'm bringing forward, this is my vibration. And here, to whom can take it? All right. If you can't, too bad. That's it. I don't take it personally. That's what the Knight of Cups is all about. It's not like, who's going to want my cup? Maybe somebody will not want my cup. No, he brings it in that knowing that if he had the aspiration and if he keeps true to his truth and his aspiration, there is going to be a receptiveness out there for it and a need for it. And that's the beautiful harmony between one's authenticity and one's purpose It's always going to be something that is very you. So that's maybe a bit of that. I have the Tower with this, so this might be a certain revelation for some of you. Some of you might think, oh my God, I'm not on the right path at all. That I'm trying to build something that cannot be built from these foundations. It might be a shock for some of you. So let's clarify this, my beautiful Geminis. I call upon the divine. I call upon the light. I call upon the Holy Spirit. Help me clarify this reading for Geminis for the month of February 2025. February 2025. All right. One more time. Okay, so show me that Two of Swords in reverse. Ooh, for Gemini. Why is the Two of Swords in reverse? What is that duality here? Okay. So, I have the High Priestess and I have the Two of Cups. So right away, because the High Priestess is there, you all know what it's about. When she comes out, it's because you know. You know what it's about. Your soul has been telling you what that paradox is. And it has something to do with that Two of Cups. It has something to do with maybe what you bought as your truth of you from the mirrors in your life. And maybe people you connected with, and that can be your lover, your husband, your wife, your friend, your neighbor, your butcher, your third grade teacher. These are all Two of Cups. These are all like, here's my cup, and what are you showing me in return? And at one point, who am I? Am I the vision that other people had of me, or am I who I am and what I can perceive of me, or what my soul is telling me that I am? Let's look at the Queen of Pentacles and the Eight of Pentacles. Ooh. And we have the Page of Wands, starting this new path from this realization. And I have the Knight of Sword, which is you. And it's the like Mars and Gemini or something like that. Very energetic, mental. Here, I understand, there's my truth. And so that means just in there, she comes out, you have only one truth. You're not in a paradox anymore. Your Page of Wands and your Page of Pentacles. This is my passion. This is what I want to invest and bring. Bang. So you're in that shifting right now. So of course, what prevents the Chariot to just move forward, let's go full throttle towards your success, if there's anything left in the waters, that's why the Queen of Cups is there to come and help you with the Judgment and the Moon. It's going to come up because that's going to make you juggle. So if you start or sabotage, if you start procrastinating, as you're like, yes, this is what I want to do, this is who I am, this is what I want to bring, but not today, I have to do the dishes or whatever. You're going to Page of Sword, understand why. And here I have the Ten of Pentacles. So what's going to come out of the woodworks, of the depth of Neptune here? Very familial linked, something you're going to understand, maybe in your bloodline karma, maybe in your education, but in something that was transmitted to you. Okay? Because sometimes these beliefs are not just based on, our own experience. We can have just gotten it in a certain pattern in our brain while we were created. Okay? So here, identifying it allows us to bypass it or change the information. And that information is about the King of Pentacles in reverse. So that's when I know my worth. Man, I'm super good at this, or whatever. I'm really worthy to be invested in all of that. But outside, it hasn't been shown to me. The King of Pentacles in reverse is the one that abandons. He's the one that doesn't see your worth and your value. That's going to expect sacrifices from you. Expect for you to put yourself aside and not serve you. Not serve your own growth. Not invest in yourself. So your inner King of Pentacles and the mirrors of that you had in your life. So it's time to, that juggling, those two completely different grasp of I know my worth, but weirdly enough, nobody ever mirrored that to me. That's when you're going to release this, because you're going to start mirroring it to yourself. The hermit will understand that and make you act accordingly, so that your own King of Pentacles is like this. If your own King of Pentacles is like this, then you'll have no problem committing into you. So let's look at the star here with the Empress. Okay, so might be a need for some of you to put the boundaries, or there might be still a little bit of resistance, because there's a new energy that is as long as that old water is not completely cleared, and that your divine Empress here does not unconditionally love herself, this will be suspended. Okay, let's call it like this. Knight of Cups. And I think this is different for many of you. Some of you, it's going to become obvious. Maybe on the full moon in Leo. But there's the Pentacle. So it's really, this would be like, this is what I love. Your heart, Cups, sacral chakra, and your solar plexus in harmony. The three cauldrons in harmony. That's beautiful. So bringing a brand new solid, and that pentacle probably is going to help starting the next cycle in your life, since you're clearing the old one. It's beautiful. So, although Geminis are very good to deal with paradoxes within themselves, this one will need to be aligned with one truth. And I'm going to call that your truth. There you go, because it's all about that. Our authenticity is our truth. And then the fire can follow that sword. It becomes a flaming sword of authenticity. And it's very powerful. So, the flaming sword. That's what I'm going to call it. All right. So, on this, my beautiful Geminis, before you go, you're going to see under the video a link towards the Amazon page about the book I wrote on the tarot and the tree of life. You have different versions, hard copy, soft copy, whatever. And also you'll have that link on my website, Mystic Witch Tarot. And so if you're interested, a lot of work went into this to make it that beautiful correspondence, understandable, and yes, understandable. And that's the main interest. So there it is. It's there if you're interested. Thank you for watching, sharing, commenting, and subscribing to help grow the channel. If you want a private reading, like usual, on the website, very user-friendly. All the description is in the plus section under the video. Thank you for the ones of you who gave donations. It helps more than you think. And on the new moon and the full moon, I ask the divine to give you back in the shape that is the most beneficial for you. So, this month, remember your truth and go on with your flaming sword. Namaste.